mom has been a Christian her whole life, but my dad wasn't. My dad is a Christian now, but when I was younger, that honestly confused me. It made me start thinking for myself about what I actually believed. Like, was my faith really mine, or was it just something I grew up around?
I always had this idea in my brain that I could figure out things myself, and it led me into this place where I felt like I was the only one who could understand.
Growing up, I was always the more cautious and quiet child, but it wasn't until around grade 7 that I really started to struggle with anxiety and who I was as a person. I didn't tell really anyone what was going on except for my mom. I didn't want any of my friends or anyone else to know, mostly because I was scared of how they'd react if I told them.
March of 2022, my parents sat my brothers and I down and they told us that they were getting separated. And that hit me because I realized that anything can happen in my life, whether I expect it or not. And I realized that I needed and wanted a real relationship with God.
I grew up knowing God was real, but I never put in the effort to have a relationship because it didn't line up with my plans. In the 6th grade, I was attended EMS. I was a competitive gymnast, and I was the furthest I've ever felt from God.
I feared for my future because I had no idea what it meant for me. And this led me to making bad decisions.
I was upset for quite a while in the spring of when I was 13, and leading into that summer, that upset feeling lasted with me.
I didn't feel close to God, and in my mind I had tried. So the only reasonable explanation for feeling like this was that God had abandoned me.
Then one day in grade 8, we moved, and it was really hard for me, especially because I did not have God by my side, and I fell away. I went into depression, and I felt no worth. I felt like I had nobody.
I didn't want anyone else to know about my problems, because if they knew, then I would have to admit to myself that everything wasn't okay. That's when Jesus found me.
I remember thinking, why do bad things happen to good people? I followed God, I did everything right, and yet I was experiencing pain. This planted many doubts in my faith, but I think learning to trust God and His will for my life definitely strengthened my relationship with Him.
And I put all of my worth into my sports performances, and when those didn't go well, I didn't know what to do with myself. I continued to struggle with my self-image and mental health, but I never wanted to burden anybody with my problems because I felt so insignificant compared to what other people have to go through. These issues affected me for years, and even though I still claimed to be a Christian, how I lived didn't reflect that.
I always knew God was with me, but often ignored Him, and tried to live a life on my own terms, ignoring the Christian ways I was raised in. As I got older, I started to show my faith outside of church less and less.
And during that prayer, I just kept on hearing like the words, "This was for you," running through my head, and I saw just a picture of the cross and Jesus on the cross. This was personal for me, and like I need to give my life to Jesus because He did the same thing for me.
It's been this process of just discovering, freedom from sin, discovering my own faith and my own personal connection with Jesus.
I realized God already loved me exactly as I was, and that I didn't need to have everything figured out to come to Him. I just needed to ask. And that was when I gave my life to Christ.
I placed my faith back in God and His glory, and by 2025, I started reading my Bible again, praying more, and speaking out about how Jesus had saved me from my past that had been tearing me down for years. Jesus was always there to pick me back up when I needed it, and I have confidence now knowing that my faith is in the right place. Following Jesus was the best decision that I've made in my life.
It wasn't until grade 6 when I started going to a youth group and getting the nudge I needed towards not just living off of the faith my parents had, but experiencing faith for myself, that I started to develop my own relationship with Jesus.
Sometimes in my past, I felt like an outcast, unseen and left out. But at Solid Rock Youth, I felt a connection with God I haven't felt in years.
In my Christian life, I've still fallen for very many things. Like, I still thought that I could do things alone, and I kept on falling for the same thing over and over and over again.
It's no secret that choosing to follow God doesn't make your life perfect, and there's still problems, but it kind of makes the hard times a little better, and it makes the better times a lot better.
Following Jesus has changed my life in so many ways. And one of the biggest ones, I think, is the outlook on life that I have now.
That night, I prayed that Jesus would show me a sign. I spent the next 5 days searching for Jesus' reply. It wasn't until Good Friday, when I had given up almost all hope, that I got my answer. I don't know how Jesus made it happen, but He showed me exactly what I needed to see in that moment.
If you expect to wake up the next day and be a completely different person, that's not how it works. You need to put in effort, intentional effort. You need to put Jesus as your number one every single day. Open your Bible each and every day, which I know is hard, and open your heart to God and hear and apply the words on those pages to your life.
One night, I decided to do something that was really uncomfortable for me, and that was opening a Bible that I had just laying around. I decided to open it up, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I was just flipping through pages, but tears filled these pages. I'd seen prayer, I've heard prayer, but I didn't know how to do it myself. My prayer lasted hours. I think I was just talking to God, seeing what would happen.
What I've learned over time is that everyone struggles. Following Jesus doesn't mean life suddenly becomes easy or perfect, but the difference is now that I don't have to go through those struggles alone. I have someone I can turn to, pray to, and lean on when things feel heavy.
It's not that we won't go through the valley, but that we will walk through it and we will come out the other side. That's just always been with me ever since I gave my life to Jesus.
And there have been lots of ups and lots of downs, many times where I've just started living for myself instead of God. He's been right there every time, just ready to welcome me back and to forgive me and just take my sin and wash it away.
1 John 4:4, the spirit in you is greater than the spirit of the world.
But I've always found Psalms 23:4 very comforting. It says, even though I walk through the darkest valley, I fear no evil, for you are with me.
God has been by my side and brought many people in my life, and I've been taking care of myself more and feeling so much happier and so much peace and seeing God's glory more and more often.
Since following Jesus, my life has been less stressful. I've learned to focus on putting Him first. The Bible is full of reassuring verses that remind me, even during the quiet moments, I'm not alone.
I don't remember which song it was, but I do remember just feeling an overwhelming sense of peace wash over me as we sang. It's sort of like someone was giving me a huge bear hug. I didn't cry or anything, I just remember feeling so full of peace.
And I think that night I decided that being a lukewarm Christian wasn't going to be a lifestyle I led anymore, and that I wanted to make a relationship with Jesus my own and not just things I'd seen around me. And I found a really, really great passion for telling people about Jesus and sharing my story.
My burdens were lifted off. I felt light, and this consuming peace washed over me. I knew it must have been God, so I started living for Him.
To be clear, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. But Jesus continues to meet me every day.
I still make many mistakes, and I'm still working on becoming closer with God every day. I'm learning that God's grace is louder than my mistakes. I've realized that God isn't surprised by my mess-ups. He's already seen them all, and He's still choosing to walk me through them. My mistakes are just places where His light shines through the cracks.
I still fear for my future because it's so uncertain, but I'm able to now rely on the same God that made me and everything around me.
I still get anxious sometimes, but it's never as bad because I know God's always right there beside me, even if I might not realize it.
I will always have Jesus with me, helping me, and that reminder is exactly what I need to get through the hard times.
My name is Sky, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Callie, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Joel, and that is my Jesus story.
My name is Rio, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Jack, and this is my Jesus story.
My name's Sarah, and this is my Jesus story.
I'm Evelyn, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Isaac, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Haley, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Emily, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Finn, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Ainsley, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Lainey Hilt, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Jonah, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Becca, and this is my Jesus story.
My name is Aurora, and this is my Jesus story.